Hey everyone, it's Angel again. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I want to paint this cute little owl that I sketched out in my Midori. By the way, this is my first voiceover, so I hope that you'll bear with me. Um, so I wanted to put it in my, well, paint it in my, this is my silly book or my whatever journal. And so I'm just using this HB pencil to kind of just flesh out the shapes and make it a little bit easier for when I go in and I paint it. I'm kind of painting it really like a, like a coloring book style kind of painting. I think it was really cute. I originally sketched it out in my Midori, as you can see, and it's actually a it's like a little owl that's on one of my favorite coffee cups, and I actually use that as a guide. Okay, so here I am. I took my Sharpie just to go over the lines that I made, and just putting a little bit more of the details for when it's time to paint. And yes, that's what I'm doing. And yeah, like I said, I hope that you'll really bear with me because this is my very, very first voiceover, and I'm recording it before I've had any coffee, which may be a big mistake, but I just wanted to get it done. So, okay, so I did the sky. I kind of did the silhouette of the tree, which I ended up not wanting to use. Put some stars. I put the moon there, and then I decided it was done. Took out some, I believe that's phthalo blue, and then some matte gel medium, which I'm actually not going to be using yet while I'm doing the sky. So I add a lot of water, I think. Yeah, so I'm adding water just to not make it so dark. I kind of want this to be like, really loose and really carefree looking. And I just think that for this particular acrylic paint color, phthalo blue, I have trouble with phthalo blue, y'all. I don't know why, but I just do in watercolor and in acrylic paint. And I'm just getting back into acrylic painting, so I'm kind of relearning, but I wanted to water it down because I didn't want the sky to be super dark and textured. So I put a lot of water, and then I take this Distress Spray ink, I believe in black soot, and I add it to whatever's left of the paint just to darken it up. And if I remember correctly, I think I may have forgot to paint under the branch that our little owl friend is perched on. So I take my heat tool and dry it up a little bit, and then I take some of this old, it's really brittle paper, but I love it. I got it at an estate sale. So this is old music sheets, and I don't really want them to look like clouds, but at the same time, they kind of do end up looking like clouds, which I love. Now I'm wishing I had made them into the shape of clouds, but whatever. So this is, I believe, Distress ink in iced spruce, and just, they're already nicely aged, I think, but I kind of like to make things look dirty. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just distressing them. And yeah, this was on Halloween, which by now is well over. And this was actually the first year that I lived somewhere where there was a lot of children, and we had more than a few trick-or-treaters, which made me really happy because I always get candy every year, and nobody ever shows up. I think when you live in Florida, especially where we had been living, it was usually like retirement, like places, not retirement communities. I mean, we're under the age of retirement, but a lot of retirees live in Florida. And that was just like, you know, that was the issue. Every Halloween, we didn't have any because, retirees don't go trick-or-treating. And they don't, their children are all grown up. So I'm using this matte gel medium. I don't usually use gel medium as a glue, just because it's so expensive. I would rather use, actual glue, but I used it as a glue here just in case I decided to paint on my music sheets. And I ended up breaking one, I believe, or tearing one, because I think I only had three pieces, but yeah, I think I tore one, so I ended up having five little clouds. And then I take this, I don't remember what this is called, maybe wilted violet, I don't know. But obviously it's purple, and I'm mixing it with the gel medium. And I I normally when I paint, well, I haven't painted with acrylic paint in a really long time, but in the past when I did, I enjoyed using medium a lot because it kept the paint from drying too quickly. So although I am not doing this, really detailed kind of, painting, I am mixing it with the gel medium just in case. And then I take this blue color, which I believe is called Broken China, and just, painting her little belly. I wanted her to have the bigger belly than that, but that's okay. I mean, us girls like to have a slim figure, and so I gave it to her. And then I gave her some. I love when I draw owls, like in this kind of cartoonish style. I like to have those big circles around the eye, like I think because they look like pineapple slices. I don't know, they just do. So I'm taking this beautiful mustardy, warm yellowish color in, I think it's called Warm Honey or something like that. I wish they would just use, artist color names, but, it makes it interesting. So I am painting in her face, and I really love the way that purple color really just brings out this yellow. So that's why I decided to use it. I really didn't have a plan, as far as like colors when I was doing this, which is probably why it took me so long. So I'm taking this, I think this is called a Craft Smart brand, in just your basic pink. And I wanted to give her some blushy cheeks. And I also painted her beak pink, as you can see. And then, so since yellow and purple are complementary colors, I was hoping that it would make a nice, funky brownish color for the branch, which it kind of did, but it was sort of more like a mauve than brown than I wanted to be. But it still worked out really well, I think. So I'm just painting in the branch. And then I don't remember what else I do. Oh, and then I just go over, yeah, I'm just going over the paint with making a second layer of paint, because you can still kind of see my Sharpie marks underneath, which normally I don't mind. I like I kind of like seeing the lines that I make underneath when I make a painting. So then I'm taking the rest of this pink and adding just some lines to make it look more like feathers. And yeah, and then that's my yellow. I think it's called Wild Honey, not Warm Honey. Wild Honey, right? Yeah, that's one of my favorite yellows, actually, because it's not too like, it's nice and warm. It's not like a pukey kind of like yellowish orange color. So then I take this liquid pearls. I don't remember what brand it is, but it's very thick, and I really like it. It's a beautiful pearlescent color, but it's not so bright that it's like in your face. So I'm just putting in the stars, and I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to leave them like that, or if I want them to be solid. And then I decide to make them solid. And I'm actually using, I think this is a pottery tool. that I had back when I was doing pottery. I actually use it now to put polka dots on my nails when I actually do my nails. And then I take some more of that paint and just put in some faraway stars. So I'm using this, I think, um, I forget what it was called. I think it was called weathered wood. I didn't see it. I should probably slow down when I'm showing the colors. Um, and I'm just painting in a basic moon shape, which is super easy. I like doing moon shapes. I think they're really pretty. So yes, that's what I'm doing. And I think I'm putting in 2 layers, which I should really wait for it to dry before I put in another layer, but I'm too lazy to do that. So, not lazy, I'm too impatient to do that. So I'm taking the same, no, that's actually a different color. It's called pewter, I believe, and it came in the same pack. It came in a pack of 3. And then I'm taking this liquid acrylic ink paint, and it's called, I forget what it's called. I know it's a pearlescent color, super beautiful, love it. And I'm just kind of, making the moon nice and bright. And then I take this stamp that I actually got in the dollar spot at Michael's a couple weeks ago. And I love this paper. And oh yeah, I'm embossing. So I'm taking this beautiful paper that I love. I think this might be the last one in the pack of paper that it came with. It was actually like for like, I don't know, like for a baby boy kind of theme. And so yeah, I'm embossing, and it's a clear embossing powder. And I used white ink because I wanted it to show up white on this paper, but it didn't quite work out that way, as you're about to see in a second here. So it says, I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening and underneath the moon. And it's cute. I don't normally like cutesy little cliche sayings, but I liked this one, probably because it was, about the moon, being under the moon. So you'll see this embossing powder really turns clear, and the ink, it doesn't, it just kind of disappears, and it's not white anymore. So I take some of this sort of translucent shimmer spray ink, and it's kind of supposed to be like a purplish tone, and I just use that to kind of make the, using the embossing ink now as sort of a, no, what is it called? You know what I mean? A resist. That's it. You know what I mean. And that just kind of makes it stand out without it being too bright. And I end up really liking the result of that. So I think I'm just looking for, oh yeah, I'm edging it with black soot. And I do love the way this ended up being, because it kind of like, it was I kind of put it on thickly, and so it kind of it kind of flowed, and the ink that I was using, it still wasn't dry yet, and so it kind of pulled the black soot ink into itself, and I really loved the way that turned out. Even though you can't really see it very well, I just liked it. I liked the subtlety of it. So I'm taking this Posca pen, and I'm outlining um, the shapes of my owl. And I think I may have forgot to outline the ear part. At least while I was filming this video, I do believe I went back in afterwards when I noticed it and put in that line. But just pretend that I didn't forget that part. So yeah, so making the pineapple slice, and I gave her some mascara, I think. Yeah, I did. Oh, there you go. There was something that I forgot, but I don't remember. I know I forgot something. I think it was when I ended up doing the dots. But so I'm taking this white Posca pen, yeah, and dotting the outline, which I feel like really, I don't know, that really made me super happy to do that because it just made her look even more just there, just boing in your face. And I love that. I really did. And just, putting in some lines here and there. Well, no, not here and there, on her belly, just to indicate feathers. And then I put in some lines in the trunk just to give some texture to our tree branch. And I don't know if you can see this because my GoPro camera is really not that great at picking up details, but this paper, with the same bunch or pack of paper of the paper that I stamped on and embossed on, and it's got stars in the background. And so I use that also to write the date. And as you can see, it was Halloween, which I thought was fitting. And I don't think I distressed it, even though I normally do, because I don't like paper to be too white. So just emphasizing some more of those lines on her belly, and then I add a little bit more on her face. And using the black, I add just some more lines to indicate feathers. And then I realize I kind of left some of this space blank, and just filling it in with leftover phthalo blue. I don't think I end up taking any of the black soot ink and making it look like more like, a night sky under the tree branch, but that's okay. I also took some of that black soot and I tried to use my fingers to distress, the frame of the paper that I embossed on, but it didn't really work out very well. So here I am making her a beautiful gold crown out of the leftover paper that I have. And this is a craft paint I got at Target. I think it's called 20, yeah, it's called 20 karat gold. And so I'm just using it to make her a crown because, in my mind, owls are queens of the nights. I just like to make them, I like to make them royalty. So I'm just, giving her some jewels for her crown. And these are the, the little gem embellishments that you can get just in any random, like, what are those things called? See, I haven't had my coffee yet today, but you know what I mean. Like they're always, at Michael's, and I think they're the ones I got here were like $3. They may have actually only been $1.50. I don't remember. But so yeah, so then I cut it out and just kind of positioning it. Um, I think I decide I want it to be a little bit more. And so I'm just taking my Posca pen here and outlining it a little better just to make it look more, I don't know, like somebody with skills actually did it. I can't believe I actually had the patience to do that. I'm usually like more impatient than that, especially in my silly book. I don't really like to fuss when I'm in there, but sometimes fussing can be a good thing, I think. And okay, so there I'm gluing it down. Now, okay, so now I'm noticing right there on the ear, on her right ear, that's where I forgot to put in the dots. But I do go back and put them in when I realize it later. And so I'm taking some more of this gold paint and just kind of, laying it down with my fingers to the rest of the painting just to tie in the gold a little bit more. Usually I don't care about tying things in, but with this painting I actually did. So this tape I actually bought at in the dollar spot at Target, and it was with like a bunch of Halloween things, and I just loved it. It kind of made like an opposite effect. So it was like white dots around the owl, now black gems, you know, on the border of the page. And I used the leftover part that I cut off to add a little bit more of the, to add a little bit more on her crown. And then I put in her, a little star on her crown, and then I decide that I'm done. So yeah, so that's the end of this video. I hope you liked my spread here, and I had a lot of fun doing it. I want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for bearing with me on my very first voiceover. I hope you were able to follow along. I hope I didn't sound too chaotic. I haven't had my coffee yet while I'm recording this. It's brewing as I speak. And so yeah, so if you like videos like this, please give me a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what you think of my little owl friend. And yeah, I will see you in the very next video. Go out and make something or do something that makes you happy and brings you joy in your life. And I will see you again really soon. Bye-bye.